Hey YouTubers, Muskrat Jim here. Well, last fall, a lady from work, she was cleaning out her father's garage, and tucked away in the corner she found this large backpack. And she couldn't remember her father ever using it, but she thought she was just going to throw it away. And then she thought, well, maybe Muskrat Jim would like it. So anyway, she texted me. And she said it was a large backpack, and I was in the market for a large backpack at the time, so I said, sure, I'll take it. And so anyway, she brought it into the office, and it was pretty scruffy, you know, like it had like 20 years worth of dust on it or something. But anyway, I took it and brought it home, and with a stiff brush and some soapy water, I washed it all down and scrubbed it and let it hang to dry, and I'm wearing it today. So what I'm going to do is take you out to the shelter, and we'll make a cup of tea and we'll take a look at the backpack. So why don't you come along? Well, the temperature today went up to 10 degrees Celsius, so that's like 10 degrees above freezing. So somewhere in the vicinity of the middle 40s in Fahrenheit. And so the snow has taken quite a beating. And when I walk on my snowshoes, you can tell that the snow is just crumbling underneath it. It's all rotting. And so I sink quite a bit. So there's still a fair amount of snow on the ground, probably I would say a foot, so 30 centimeters, and yeah, still some tracks around, mostly squirrels right now. You can see their little toe marks in the front feet, which are the tiny ones in the back. Like when they run and hop, the front legs land first. Their body is still being propelled forward, and then their hind legs fall to the ground as they lift their front legs up again. So it gives you the sort of it's a backwards looking print, but it's really the right way. Here we've got lots of bark. So if we were to look up this pine tree right here, I'm sure we'd see some stripped areas where porcupines have chewed off the bark. And sure enough, there's some there, and there's some on that one as well. I haven't actually seen a porcupine around here in a while, but that's proof positive that they're still here. There's the home away from home. What a lake in there. But it is melting. It's no longer ice, or at least there's water on top of the ice maybe. I have a few sheets of scrap plywood, 3/4 inch plywood at home, and what I wanted to do was cut a strip that's 2 feet wide by 8 feet long, so cut it in half lengthwise, and then attach some 2x4s crossways underneath it so that it would act as a platform that I could lay in here and help keep my feet dry. But as it so happens, the plywood is outside, and it's half buried in snow with the bottom edge frozen into the ground, so it won't be this year. Once it thaws out, I'll cut it in half, and then I'll do the 2x4 thing to it, and I'll bring it out here and just set it up underneath one of the bunks in preparation for next winter, or I should say next spring. It's water on top of ice. Yep, that's ice all right. With about, I don't know, not quite half an inch of water on top of it. Rises pretty high against that cinder block. So it's probably 1.5 inches deep, so like, I don't know, 3 centimeters maybe. Yeah. Anyway, that sheet of plywood, 2 feet wide and 8 feet long, would run from that wood pile all the way down to about here, just before the ends of the bunks. Because the bunks are about 9 feet long, I think. So that's like almost 3 meters long. Okay, well, let's get that pack in here, and I'll give you a tour of it. Okay, so this is the pack here, and the brand name is Lugger. Now, I took a look on the internet to see if they were still around, and it doesn't look like they're around anymore. They make some other things too, like smaller backpacks and duffel bags mostly now. But anyway, so this is the large pack, and this flap comes up, and it's got really long straps, so I could easily stuff like a big sleeping bag or something under here and still be able to snap it shut. This top piece has 2 pockets, 2 zippered pockets, one on the bottom and a separate one up on the top. And there's some straps here to tie additional gear on. Now it's basically one great big bag. And on the sides, there's compression straps, 3 on each side, and there's also a luggage handle here. What this also features is a panel under here that zips up and hides all the straps. So it's really like a piece of luggage. But I'll probably never use it that way. The straps are really quite thick and padded, and you've got this thick piece of foam down here for lumbar support. The hip belt is really wide and has lots of padding in it too. And the frame is aluminum. I haven't weighed the bag, so I don't know what it weighs empty, but I'll do that at some point. Now, also on the sides are pockets with a drain hole in them. I've got this pad rolled up and stuff down that one, and nothing in the other one. Anyway, that's for me to sit down on. Now, I want to show you what I really packed in here. I bought a bottle of methyl hydrate because we're going to use my alcohol stove tonight. If you take a look down there, you might recognize that. There's my survival shovel. And there's my regular backpack. So anyway, I was able to put my full backpack in there and still have room to spare. I don't think I packed anything else down there, did I? Oh yes, I did. Canteen of water. And that's it. So yeah, that backpack was a pretty good score. So Karen, thank you very much for the backpack. Sorry this video took so long because you gave me this pack back in September, I believe. And here we are in March. But anyway, I do like the backpack. Although it's too big for just day excursions, it's great for camping. Because my regular backpack is really too small for that sort of thing. Okay, so let's find a dry spot to set up our stove. Pretty slippery. There we go. There you go, it just bloomed. Now it's ready for the pot. Gonna get some water. Water, water, water. Water, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Yeah, that's probably enough. There, now about 2 or 3 minutes, that should be boiling. Or at least it should be hot enough to make a cup of tea. So other than the floor, which is quite wet, it's holding up well. There's a fellow on Facebook. He had a shelter that he built, and his video that he was promoting was of this hoe that he had created out of just wood and cordage. And anyway, he was going to use that to dig a trench all around his shelter so that it wouldn't flood. Now I don't know if he sees water in the spring like I do from melting snow, but I'm thinking maybe a trench around here wouldn't be such a bad idea. On the other hand, once the trench filled up with water and it froze, any additional water would still come in. So yeah, the trench wouldn't work unless it was never frozen. So anyway, I'm going to do that thing with the plywood. Yeah, I think that's my best bet. That way I'll be able to camp in here even if I've got an inch of water on the floor. Because the way it is right now, it would be a little bit tricky, because I'd have to make sure that my sleeping bag didn't go over the edge of the bench and drag into the water. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait until it dries up a little before I can sleep out here. Anyway, that's just the way it is. There, now it looks like it's boiling. Yep, it's boiling. Cup is leaning pretty bad, I think. There. Well, the sun's starting to go down. Starting to lose light. I'm gonna have my cup of tea and then I'm gonna head home. So again, I'd like to thank Karen for that large backpack. It'll come in handy on my camping trips. And I'd like to thank the rest of you for joining me this afternoon, or this evening, I guess. And we'll catch you in the next one. This is Muskrat Jim, signing out. For more Muskrat survival videos, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember to click the bell to receive notifications of newly uploaded videos on this channel.